Good morning out there in there, from in here, out here. Vivi's nose, whoop! Little fussy today. She's chosen the floor. Oh my, I have too many things. First of all, hi Mark. Welcome to the Sentimentalist. And, big mist out there last night. Wow. But it's cleared. Thank you for hanging out with us here. Always feels like that. There we are over there. It's a couple sitting over there. And as usual, I self-consciously wonder, why are you watching? But it makes me, it's a happy thing. No slurp and a good sigh. Ooh, boy, here's a new book out. I mentioned it to you before, Miracle Within Small Things. Miracle Within Small Things. A mother and daughter's journey through loss and aging. And it's by Jane McKinney and her daughter, Mary McSchmidt. Jane's in her 90s. Mary's 104. No, that couldn't work. And it's this beautiful conversation in poems and some prose between a mother and a daughter through the period, through the pandemic, and let's see, what is the, yeah, and a beautiful leading blurb support by renowned poet Rosemary Watola Tromer. How about that? And what I hope it helps people and sets a little precedent is for mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, fathers and daughters, and I'm done making all those combinations, uncles and aunts, doing the same project. On one part, here's Mary, and another part, here's her mom. Having what they call chair chat. Isn't that sweet? Mary visits her mom every day, and they do their exercises and have chair chat. Ooh, hard week. I'm not going to tell you, but I'm not feeling so good. You carry your grief okay? I hope so. You have to carry it. You have to learn, I guess. I learned a little late. But I find what used to be interests now have to be comforts. That helps. I had a fascinating email yesterday from a classmate at Westminster College, a lovely little college I went to, only 1,200 students in a little town of 1,200 that I grew up in, and surrounded by 1,200 Amish farms all around it. It's should be a theme park, except that would ruin it, of course. Mom and pop stores everywhere. You did not go to the mall for your groceries or anything because you had to support McFarland's. Yeah, it was just a beautiful little town, and it stayed pretty much the same, really. There's been no development, and 4 churches, 1 school. Anyway, Bob Milliman, who was the catcher on our baseball team, and a really fine one, he sent me this email, and it was just lovely, and it was a surprise. And one of the things he mentioned was here we were growing up pretty similarly, and yet we ended up with very different political views. He could tell mine. I guess I have a tell. I was never very good in poker. Julie's laughing. Guess what Julie is? She's at her spinning wheel. Doesn't that make you happy? This giant wheel going around. Baby's on the floor, just all's right with the world except for everything that happened this week. Two dear friends, the first person who, when I came here scared to death in 1971, I'll get back to Bob, was Miriam Peterson. And I was scared to death and knew no one. And she invited me to Grand Rapids to meet the poetry people there. That was just an unbelievably beautiful thing to do. And John Prusak, who was we were hilarious companions. He was Michael Moore's cinematographer, videographer, whatever you call. You know Michael Moore. Was that a tell? And John was a dear friend. And we had the best times. He used to laugh because we'd do these conferences together, and he'd be spending the week teaching, movies and videos, and I'd be teaching poetry. And he would always drive in his van, and he'd get so... It'd take him an hour and a half to get all his stuff out of that van, and I'd be standing there with a yellow legal tablet and a pen. Miriam, John, and Willis Reed. Why would I know Willis Reed, huh? Willis? I'm gonna choke up. In 1962, we went on a Goodwill Tour. We were asked by John F. Kennedy, yes, to go on a Goodwill basketball tour around South America. Now, this was before the Latins had developed basketball. So the Goodwill Tour was, you went into a city, Lima, Buenos Aires. You won the game by 40 points, handed them a flag, and got on the plane. That was a Goodwill Tour. And I was 21, also known as El Porfiro. The fans would yell, "Oh, Porfiro," because I had red hair then. And El Porfiro, match head. Anyway, okay, so Willis is on the team, and we're on the team, and I'm on the team because my dad's the coach of the team. But I get to play, and I'm 18, and after all, I was going to get to play, I guess. I don't know, I thought I was. And one day it's just so cold. See, it's in winter. We're going in the summer up here. It's winter down there. And my mom is along, and my sister. And my mom is really cold. We're having to take this long walk. And dear Willis, who was always the sweetest man, dear Willis Reed, 6'9". My mom, 4'9". Willis took off his full-length top coat and handed it to her to keep her warm, and she immediately transformed into Dopey. What a sight. Willis. Back to Bob Milliman. Anyway, he said we grew up the same, had the same interests, and how did our politics get so different? He said he's not for, 45, but that he is a conservative Republican, and therefore drew the conclusion from all the tells I give, or maybe all poets are far left Democrats. But I had to tell him I'm nothing. I don't even live in this world. I have a fantasy world every day. I don't know another way to survive. And when I was psychiatrically hospitalized, that was a fantasy world, but I came out of it thinking, well, these people are kinder and, that kind of. Anyway, so I said, no, I do my best to make my decisions ethically, and maybe we disagree about an ethic, but as soon as somebody says the word politics, I immediately go to the rack of CDs and put in Nancy Griffith. See what else we have, because I don't have a memory anymore. Let's see. Mark. Oh, today is 3 32323. 32323. Just go through the day saying that and giggle. 32323. Yeah. Oh, I had the most remarkable thing happen, and it's all about me. And that's not about that pronoun is troublesome, isn't it? I. You see, Charles Simic taught me that I is really just where everything happens, and we turn it into some Freudian self thing. And then we say words like selfish and self-indulgent, etc. But all we're doing is remembering. Where else? Where else does anything happen? They're working on the house through the woods there. Now I know they are working there, but was it selfish that I saw that? Come on. You got to get rid of the SELF. Julie's signaling 10 minutes, so I have to talk a little faster now because I have several other things to talk over. Julie's sweater, I have to talk over that. You should see the sweater Julie made. I meant to ask her to bring it out. If you can get on any of those things, Instagrams, and oh my gosh, it is incredible. It's so beautiful. Even Julie said it was beautiful. She made it. Saturday's Meredith's birthday. She's 48. I'm still holding her. There's no time. Are you at that age that I am, where something in the distant past and today, there's no time? I mean it. There's no time. And you hear that cliche, it seems like yesterday. No, it doesn't. There's no time. It's sitting right here. It's a thing. And it was, well, we'll say one of the happiest days of my life. I almost had a panic attack, of course, as a new dad. And then got sicker, but boy, what a gift she's been. 48 years of a gift. Told her that. I said, you don't have to do anything for us. Nothing. Just be you. And that's always a gift. And she just goes and is Meredith, and that's a gift. She's at school today. That's a gift. She's teaching kids. It's a gift. She doesn't do anything for us. So, yeah. What else here? Willis Reed? Oh, well, maybe we should just finish up with this. 32323. We'll get Julie's sweater on. You have to see it. Really do. We want to say hi to Mariana, who's really trying to settle in Ohio. What help? Love you. I know. Have you ever seen those bumper stickers, no peace without justice? Well, I need to be very teachery here. You can't have justice. Socrates said it, and we've been spending our time. Now, it doesn't mean we don't work for justice. It's not fair. Equity of money is really killing people, both through medicine, homelessness, lack of food, children die. So justice we work for, but you don't get it. So what do you get? Well, Jesus really said it. Socrates said it first. Jesus went to work with Socrates. That's he brought that back. Mom said, "Where have you been, Jesus?" He said, "I've been, Socrates. I've been down working with Soc." Anyway, Socrates said, "No such thing as justice." And then what is it? Mercy. Mercy. Best example I can think of. Remember when they killed all the Amish people in the school, all those kids? The Amish asked for mercy. They didn't seek justice. And on the news, all you have to do is turn it on today and you'll have people yelling for justice to mercy. Well, here's our poem. Since we're now into is this the third hour? It's a telethon. Send your money to JACK-RIDL. After filling out the brackets, it's that time of year, folks. Yes, sir, March Madness. We were in New York City as the guest of Coach Cal, my mother and I, and we met our daughter who was on an art semester there, and we were in a little tiny restaurant, and the guy waited on us. He said, "Are you from town?" We said, "No, we're here visiting." And he said, "Oh, what? Anything bring you here?" And we said, "March Madness." And he said, "March what?" Only in New York City would there be people who didn't know March Madness was going on. No, we said the Final Four. And he said, that's even better. He said, the Final what? End of the world. Oh, a silly poem. After filling out the brackets, each round sends teams home to, I thought you might win that one. The winners head back to practice in a hotel. What could be more American? There is no good Samaritan to pull the losers up from their ditch. Just sports writers and critics to keep them there. And tomorrow the sun will rise and the moon will rise, and my grandfather would be standing along the assembly line, tightening 3 bolts every 5 seconds. My wife and I have made a terrarium and are pretty sure we'll make more. Now there are 16 teams left. 3 I picked are still hanging to the thread of their seeding, and we need to do a better job of insulating around the back door. And the basement is cold. We love working in the basement. All that ground around us. You can often be who you are in a basement. It's snowing. It's snowing, and I'm putting neat's foot oil on the ball glove I oiled each spring when I played shortstop more than 50 years ago. Keep the ball in front of you, my father taught. On a lousy hop, let it hit you in the chest. Keep it in play. Thanks for being here. You take care. Be kind. Try to be cheerful. Bibby's nose.